Hello, I'm Rich Lesser, BCG's Global Chair, and I'm here with Mai-Britt Poulsen, who leads our practice in the UK, the Netherlands, and Belgium. We both had the privilege to be a part of the COP26 delegation that BCG had. It was a very large delegation doing many, many things over these 2 weeks, and we thought we'd just take a few minutes to share some impressions with you.
The young generation and led by many female leaders, to me, really stood out. So in particular, there are 3 women that I would like to mention who made a huge impression on me. First, there is the 15-year-old Vinisha Umashankar from India. 15 years old, she was one of the finalists for the Earthshot Prize, and she talked about being an entrepreneur, being an innovator, and you could certainly say she was, and also saying we are going to lead solutions here, and we want this. She was talking on behalf of a full generation. That was super impressive. I met Amanda Costa from Brazil, a global shaper. She told me, I'm a climate activist to survive. Simply to survive, and if we don't do anything, we don't have a bright future ahead of us, and that's why I'm spending all my time. Huge impression. And then finally, Clover Hogan, 22-year-old, she attended our CEO dinner, and she talked about how young people feel left out of the decision making and not having a seat at the table, and how we need to get to intergeneration or solutions between generations.
The business leader role at this COP, I talked to a lot of people who'd been to many COPs over the years, and they said they never saw the private sector engage like they engaged this year.
Yes.
Never. Not with the level of energy and not with the level of commitment. And I had the exact same impression in so many settings. You know, we're a founding partner of Bill Gates' initiative, Breakthrough Energy Catalyst, which is all about bringing new technologies faster that are critical to address climate change. In parallel, John Kerry, the US State Department, and the World Economic Forum together have launched this First Mover Coalition. We've been providing some support to that. We're a founding partner of that, which is also about getting businesses to commit now that they'll buy those technologies in 2030. So people will make the investments they need to make now to get the costs down to start to build a market.
And if I then move to what happened outside of the COP, so the vibes that I got from our clients and CEOs and senior executives was that this was a really agenda-setting event. And this idea about moving from ambition to action is becoming very real. And one of the examples that impressed me a lot is the UK moving to asking all private sector, publicly listed companies and financial institutions to submit their net zero transition plans. So yes. What specific actions for the public eye, and that makes this very tangible and very concrete. And it's also going to be, as we discussed during the COP, very sector specific. So I really see executives leaning in now.
We're still short of the kind of political commitments we need. The NDCs don't get us to where we want. The agreements, including some really terrific ones like the one on methane that were announced, still weren't at the bar we would like them to be at. But relative to ingoing expectations, this went further. And when you think about the US-China announcement that came out, that to me set the stage that this isn't the final step, this is the next step, and there's more to come and more to come soon. Yes. So I'm actually now looking forward to COP27 to build on like real momentum that was established here, but get us up a couple more levels. And I think that all of our responsibility as sort of citizens and as leaders in society is to keep the focus on this, keep the pressure on this, and to keep sort of pushing to say, okay, we've made a good step. Let's not walk around feeling bad about ourselves, but let's not declare victory either. And let's say, how do we get to the next level? I think that will be the agenda looking ahead.